Welcome everybody to Monday Night Raw here in St. Paul, Minnesota, and we are starting off. Hang on a minute, this isn't the right music. I thought we were starting off with a King of the Ring final match. Like, this is not Randy Orton or Austin Theory. No, this is a man that was in a quarterfinal. To be fair, he was in the quarterfinal last week against John Cena. He lost out, and then we saw him get attacked backstage by Omos. And clearly not in a very pleasant mood, and I can't say I blame him. I mean, it's not like he was screwed out of the match because he only lost it. He put up a great showing, but he went against John Cena. It's hard to beat, especially in a motivated John Cena now after carrying Cross, but nonetheless, still very annoyed that he got attacked by Omos afterwards. Probably Omos a little annoyed that he got beaten by Oba Femi to get into that spot against John Cena, because of course the first round matchup was between Oba Femi and Omos. So clearly some unfinished business there, and Oba Femi has got a mic, so clearly he's got something to say to us, or maybe Omos, I don't know. I guess we're about to find out. Alright, everybody saw what happened to me. Omos, hell, even MVP, get your asses out here now. Fine, don't show up then. But I won a last man standing match at King and Queen of the Ring. Well, that was an interesting impromptu start. Wasn't quite expecting to hear from Oba Femi for a little bit, but okay. Now I guess we can get onto that King of the Ring title matchup. Oh, hang on a minute. What's going on here? Oh, jeez, now we're getting attacks backstage. Bayley's supposed to be in a qualifier later tonight in the Queen of the Ring quarterfinal, which is attacking Io Sky, the Women's World Champion. Equally, Bayley has no interest in Io Sky getting involved in her matchup. Jeez, that's going to be one way to stop it. Jeez. Of course, plenty of issues there. I guess, chaotic start. We had a little bit of a glitch there trying to get backstage. I think maybe one person went to go switch to get ready for the thing, and then somebody else was like, no, we need to go backstage, and we must have ended up doubling up. Just to add to the chaotic start, but finally we can get into this King of the Ring quarterfinal matchup, the second one for the Raw side of things.
Making his way to the ring from St. Louis, Missouri, weighing in at 295 pounds, the Viper, Randy Orton!
Well, the Viper is out here. Now just to bring out his opponents. Is the man popping bottles? No, there's no bottles to be popping. Oh, if only you get the reference. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Anyways, Randy Orton's opponents coming out here.
And his opponent, accompanied by Grayson, representing A-Town Down Under from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 220 pounds, Austin Theory.
I mean, of course, that Wally is with him, Grayson Waller. But anyways, it's easy to make their way down to a ring. Let's finally tell you what's in store for you tonight. Like I mentioned, Asuka, Bayley, Queen of the Ring, quarterfinal matchup that is happening. Also, R-Truth versus Bronson as R-Truth is building to Logan Paul IC title match, taking on his Heavy. Also, we're going to hear a promo between the New Day and the Creeds. But right now, we're going to have Austin Theory versus Randy Orton. Of course, the Creeds versus the New Day are happening next week at the pay-per-view for the World Tag Team titles. So we're getting a little bit of a promo going on. That's going to be very interesting to see how that goes. But let's start off this matchup right now. Finally, we get into this matchup. We're nearly about 5 minutes into the thing. We've finally got to the match. A little bit of a chaotic start, but we're here now. And these two are starting off. Oh, it's nice to know that we have the chaos. Now we're going to go to a bit of a nice, normal situation of just starting off with a locker situation between these two men. Very nice to see. Good that we're finally getting back to a normal pace, I guess. Jeez, apologies if you're a fan. It's very hot in the room I am in. So, you know. Jeez, they don't allow me to have nice places. I've got a fan. Nonetheless, Austin Theory now trying to break out of it. Jeez, tripping him down. Trips down Orton. Orton, jeez. Boof. Backbreaker right to Orton, jeez. Austin Theory. Of course, Austin Theory beat the man that's going to be challenging for the IC title at King Queen of the Ring, R-Truth. Of course, R-Truth won a Battle Royal last week. Now he's taking on Logan Paul's Heavy tonight. Bronson Reed. No Logan Paul in sight from what I'm told. Thank fuck. But no less, we're getting finally back into this match of cheese. Randy Orton just with that stomp right to the chest of Austin Theory.
Like I mentioned, Grayson Waller out here as well, part of A-Town Down Under. Of course, Randy Orton beat Chad Gable to get into this matchup. And Jesus, now Randy Orton just tossing Austin Theory right into the corner. Jeez, all the reverberations and everything. But fair play, Austin Theory getting straight back up though, needing the corner. Hang on a minute, talking about getting up. Grayson Waller got up on the apron there. Austin Theory taking advantage of a distracted Randy Orton. Jeez. Don't want a dropkick of his own. Austin Theory knows what he's doing. We're going for the drop kicks. We know how synonymous Randy Orton is with a drop kick. Kick out there by one. That's one, not by one. Though some people would say that Randy Orton is the number one in the company. I feel like some people would say that, but he's got no championship around his waist, so can he really be? Maybe number one of all time, maybe some people would say. Because it depends on who you are. Jeez, Austin Theory gets that splash. As he goes, no hook in the leg, just regular lateral press. Kicks out there by Randy Orton. I mean, Austin Theory does look up to the opponent that he is, at least one point did, that he's going to be taking, possibly could take on next week, in John Cena. Of course, John Cena's arch rival being Randy Orton. Well, yes, you can mention some people like Edge or Kurt Angle. But Randy Orton, I feel like, for me, has to be the one that it has to be. Jeez, the uppercut there to Austin Theory. Oof. So, yeah, could be very interesting. And, of course, Randy Orton, John Cena ran it back. What we assume was going to be for the final time. Jeez, the face down the stairs. Jeez. Doesn't get much more dangerous than the Viper. Very, very intelligent is Randy Orton. Because he's been in this game so long, it shows right there. Cover hooks the leg, 1, 2, kick out there. What is that kendo stick doing in? I can only assume who put that in there. Jeez, the boots. I'm hoping that Austin Theory landed hard midsection on that kendo stick, and we can blame Grayson Waller for that. But yeah, geez. Oh, Grayson Waller trying to toss Randy Orton, but Randy Orton tosses Grayson Waller in instead. Smart play that could very easily get Grayson Waller ejected if he's not quick. Jeez, oof. Austin Theory tried to pull a fast one, but not successful. But like I said, we ran the Orton John Cena match back at Backlash. What we assumed was going to be for the final time. But maybe not. If Randy Orton can win here tonight, he is taking on John Cena next week on Raw. And the winner of that can take on the winner of the SmackDown side of the tournament. See who gets a World Championship shot at SummerSlam. And there we go. I mentioned synonymous with a drop kick. An absolute beautiful drop kick there by the Viper, Randy Orton. And now he strikes, suppose. We've seen a bit of taunting from Austin Theory here tonight. Now it's Randy's turn to do just that. Jeez, the boot right to the face to Austin Theory. Jeez. Orton stalking Austin Theory for a little bit there. Deciding what he wants to do next. Calculating every little thing he does. Like I said, that stomp to the midsection. The one that kind of landed on the kendo stick earlier. I mean, it could have been worse, but, you know, takedowns, like a simple takedown can injure somebody sometimes. It just depends how it goes. Gee, those are some vicious strikes to the face. Jeez, and now Randy Orton, I think he's having some words with Grayson Waller. I can only assume he's off camera, but, you know, ref, you need to do something about this, Wally. You really do. And now Austin Theory getting back up, but not quick enough, as Randy Orton strikes Austin Theory right back down. Jeez. Oh, I think the referee's trying to eject Grayson Waller, but Randy Orton, he's not done with Grayson Waller. He's going to make it pay for being interfering. Jeez, right into the announce table, face first. Oh, and he sees Austin Theory. Jeez, Dolph. No, Austin Theory counts that straight second punch. And now these two dreaded blows on the inside of the ring. Now they're going to do it on the outside of the ring, I think. Jeez, no, instead of being punches, it's chops this time. Oh, jeez. Here's a mention punch. Orton punch there. Jeez. And again by Orton. Jeez. Oh, and he's taunting off just like Austin Theory did earlier and gets a drop kick there, did Theory. Now Austin Theory posts off. I think he's cut above the eye there on his right arm. Of course, our left, but his right, at least at the momentary. You could just about see it. It's not too badly cut right now. Jeez, what a forearm. He put everything and then some into that one. But Orton shakes it off. Austin Theory gloating. Jeez, oh, what a shot right to the ear. Jeez. And Randy Orton now looking for the hip toss right to the outside. That's a hard landing. That's one way to break the count out. Now, you could go back in the ring and break it up, even if you wanted to scurry back out to not get hit by Austin Theory. But, oh, no, he decided to chuck Austin Theory out of the ring instead. That works. Jeez, and now Randy Orton yet again. He did it to Waller earlier, now Theory's got two. Oh, jeez, is he going for a third one? Oh, I know, and a chop in the chest instead. I think Theory might have got some whiplash from that, the way he's holding his head. I don't quite know how. But nonetheless, Randy Orton rolls Theory back inside the ring. Now what has he got in store for Theory? Picking him up now. What's he going to do? G shot to right face and again. Oof, and an uppercut. He's Theory holding the face. Like I said, I think he's holding that cut on his forehead, like just next to his eye. And now Orton with the knee drop. Jeez. And now Orton going into what has been known before now as the Orton Stomp. It is very vintage Orton. Jeez, now I'm just looking to drop a knee, but on the other side of the face this time. Jeez, right over the cut. Jeez. Oof. Now what's Orton got in store for Austin Theory? Some more punishment maybe. Of course, both these men jockeying for that next spot in the King of the Ring, to advance in the King of the Ring tournament, to get to that semi-final match against John Cena. Could we get a Backlash and many other matches rematch? Or could we get a WrestleMania 39 rematch just without the United States title on the line? Of course, United States champion at the minute, Ilya Dragunov. Very hard to defeat. Randy Orton, another one of those beautiful drop kicks. Is now Orton. Bam! Sends Austin Theory right into the corner. Is now Randy Orton shot right to the face again. I think Orton's looking for something big here. Looking for the superplex. Right to Austin Theory. I heard that's one of Randy Orton's favourite moves to hit, though I don't quite know why, because it hurts him a lot more, I guess. Oh, hold on a minute. This man got ejected. What's this Wally doing out here? Surely that means Austin Theory's not going to get disqualified. I'm sure that's in the rule book somewhere. Get this Wally out of here. Ref, what are you doing? Jeez. Austin Theory taking advantage now. Jeez. You know what you've caused, referee? You're supposed to have stopped Grayson Waller here. Jeez. Now Austin Theory. Jeez. Dropping Randy Orton right on his head with that cross-legged brain buster. Jeez. You know, Austin Theory, what's Theory got in store for Randy Orton? Jeez, and what is that position? I don't know, but either way, geez, just raking on the eye, I think, was Austin Theory. Austin Theory, hang on a minute. Maybe someone's going to the save of Randy Orton. Here's our truth. Having some words with Grayson Waller, trying to stop Grayson Waller. Oh, Austin, you should be focusing on the Viper RKO. Jeez, maybe you should have turned around Theory. 1, 2, 3. Randy Orton with the victory here tonight. That's what you get, Grayson Waller, for getting involved in this match here. Austin R-Truth comes out for the save. You know, he's had some issues with Eitan down under since the brand came together. Well, not the brand came together. Raw's been together quite a while. There haven't been issues that long. And I think Austin Theory's been even alive that long. But, you know what I mean? Since the most recent draft is what I meant. Eitan down, not very happy that R-Truth is on their brand. Jeez, and I think they're going to be even less happy about it right now. But Randy Orton probably thanking the stars for R-Truth being on this brand right now. Jeez. You're not saying the same about Eitan down under, but he was able to put down Austin Theory none the less. So congratulations to Randy Orton on winning this matchup, even with shenanigans being in play here. Able to win this matchup, and we know that means he's going to be advancing to the semi-final of the King of the Ring tournament, and of course that means the final for the Raw side of things. So he is one step closer to getting to King Queen of the Ring pay-per-view, which means one step closer to that World Championship shot at SummerSlam, which of course at current World Champion CM Punk. Could it be Orton CM Punk at SummerSlam? It'd be an interesting match to go back, but first off, Randy Orton's got to deal with this man. The man he knows recently just took on a Backlash. We're going to run it back for at least one more time. Oh, there it is being set for next week. Punk, I am done being messed around. I want my match, and I want it King and Queen of the Ring. So give it to me now. You know, Bron, when me and Drew were building to our matches, we had some one-on-one matches. More specifically, we both took on Jey Uso. So I'm thinking maybe you should do the same. All right, Jey Uso. One more thing. I will run through him. And so help me, if you do not give me the match after that, I will run through you too. Well, that's going to be interesting to see. It seems Bron Breakker seems to be very ticked off, but maybe that match can be made official and be made to a possible main event, I would assume. We get main event Jey Uso in the main event. It's a cardinal sin when he's not, so, you know, I guess it should be the thing, but I guess we'll have to see. In the meantime, we just had the King of the Ring quarterfinal now. Women's Queen of the Ring quarterfinal.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring, accompanied by Kairi Sane, representing the Kabuki Warriors from Osaka, Japan. One half of the Women's Tag Team Champions, Asuka!
Well, Kabuki Warriors are out here, though. It is Asuka wrestling tonight, not Kairi Sane. Do not be forgetful, but right now, the woman that attacked the Women's World Champion earlier, it is this one. So, out she comes. Yeah.
And her opponent from San Jose, California, Bayley!
Well, as I do myself to get myself back on track, let's remind you what we still got in store for you tonight. Bronson Reed, R-Truth, one-on-one. Let's hope R-Truth survives. We also have our promo between the New Day and the Creed brothers. But right now, Queen of the Ring quarter-final matchup. The other one, for Raw, of course, we already had the last one. Last week, Naomi defeated Alexa Bliss. Now we're going to have to see who Naomi takes on next week. Will it be Asuka or will it be Bayley? Let's go. Role model versus the Empress of Tomorrow. Let's get going, jeez. Asuka already going in for a submission pretty early on here, right on Bayley, jeez. Of course, we've noticed the absence of Io Sky. Clearly, Bayley was able to do what she wanted to do and get rid of her, at least for this match momentarily. Of course, I mentioned Io Sky being the Women's World Champion. It makes very interesting that Asuka passed the damage control along with it. Well, not damage control, sorry. No, Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky with damage control. Of course, Dakota Kai is still advancing in the SmackDown side of things, so maybe it could be Asuka and Dakota Kai. That could be very interesting to see if that is what happens at the later date. Of course, that would be current friend of Io Sky versus old friend of Io Sky, though. I'd argue Bayley be the more interesting choice because we never actually fully got that one-on-one match since the breakup. We got a triple threat match at WrestleMania, but never did we get the one-on-one match between Bayley and Dakota Kai. Could be very interesting to see how that goes. If it does, very interesting. But both these women have got to win this matchup first, so we can't be thinking about that too far. Then they've also got to get past Naomi, and Dakota Kai is going to get past Cora Jade this coming SmackDown. And then next week, as Asuka goes into the cover, kick out there by Bayley before even a one there. Jesus, Bayley showing an emphatic statement right there. Jeez, and now Asuka. Jeez, and don't forget, Roxanne Perez is also in that advanced SmackDown tournament last week against Thea Hale. So even if Dakota beats Cora, she's got to get past Roxanne Perez, which is going to be no easy feat. So I guess we'll have to see how things go in that whole situation. Jeez, Asuka gets that strike right to the face. Oh, jeez, off the ropes, but Bayley catches the legs. Jeez, and a storm right to the midsection there. Jeez. And now Bayley looking to lock in this submission on Asuka. Asuka's not the only one that can hit submissions. I'd argue that it's more Asuka's forte over Bayley, but still, nonetheless, jeez, gets that shot right to the face. Which, of course, Asuka and Kairi, the Women's Tag Team Champions. Oof. Oof. Like I said, it'll be very interesting to see if Asuka does win this tournament, because then she will be probably taking on Io Sky, the Women's World Champion. If she can hold on to the title until then, it'll be interesting considering the alliance between the two. And where will Kairi Sane fit in? Would she side with our Women's Tag Team partner, our Women's Tag Team Champion cohort? As Asuka first on the charm gets that drop kick. Or would she side with the Women's World Champion in Io Sky? I guess we'll have to see what happens when we cross that bridge if we do. Nonetheless, Bayley gets that crossbody. Right on Asuka, goes for the cover. Hooks the leg, one. Kick out there. I was actually right by saying hooks the leg this time. Bayley, Asuka gets out of the way of that one. Maybe sensed it coming, maybe. I don't know, maybe she has a Spidey sense. The Asuka sense, I don't know. The Empress sense. I don't know, either way. Well, she's called the Empress of Tomorrow. Maybe she already knows what happens right now because she's in the future. I don't know. Anyways, Asuka hooking in this Achilles lock, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Roxanne hit a similar move on the SmackDown. I wasn't 100% sure what the move is called. I believe it's an Achilles lock. I don't know, there's too many bones on the leg. Either way, Bayley gets that kick right to the face. She ain't, I don't care what it's called. I'm breaking out of it. And now Bayley looking for a suplex right to Asuka. Jeez. For second match of the night. Jeez, two more in store though. I imagine that the Bron Breaker Jason match hasn't been made official yet, but I imagine it will do. Jeez. They sent on there to Asuka. I imagine whoever decided to make the match was a little slow and get into Regal's office. But nonetheless, Bayley going to work on Asuka there. Like I said, looking to advance and take on Naomi next week. and beat whoever the SmackDown person is and go on to have a rematch against Io Sky. Of course, Io beat by a roll-up backlash, but Asuka breaks out of the submission. I don't know if this is smart by Bayley. She's trying to play Asuka her own game here. I don't think this is going to work out for her. I said she's trying the submissions on Asuka. But like I said, it's Asuka's forte here, the submissions, not Bayley's. She's both veterans in this game, though. Of course, Bayley, a current Grand Slam champion. Jeez, gets that clothesline. Oh, and the elbow drop. Don't forget about Asuka's undefeated streak that went, like, I believe went 900 plus days, if I'm not mistaken. Might be wrong. Jeez, Bayley, nonetheless. It was huge, and it took Charlotte Flair to knock her off that undefeated streak, no less. Jeez, though, somebody that beat Charlotte Flair. It was at WrestleMania 34, if I'm not mistaken. And talking about matches against Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania, of course, the current WWE Women's Champion defeated Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania, so maybe that could argue how strong the Women's Champion on the SmackDown side of things is at the minute. So the Raw side of things is a little bit better by having off Io Sky, though. I wouldn't count out Io Sky for sure, obviously. Of course, even the more of a veteran over Tiffany Stratton, the Women's Champion is right now. Bayley's in a bad way here, though. Close to the ropes, can she quite reach out? I don't know if she can quite know that she's there, but geez, I'll be right to the face to Asuka there. That's definitely not counting out Io Sky, I'm just saying. With the whole situation about beating Charlotte Flair and not Tiffany Stratton definitely put herself on the map at WrestleMania if she was not so already. Of course, that'll be who the SmackDown people will face if the SmackDown Women wins. Jeez. But of course, the Raw side of things is the World Championship. We're talking CM Punk and Io Sky. Currently, the SmackDown side of things, of course, being Tiffany Stratton and the current Finn Balor. We'll see on SmackDown if he is cleared for action at King Queen of the Ring to take on Seth Rollins, or if we have to find Seth Rollins to take on somebody else and compete for a vacant WWE Universal Championship. As Asuka gets that hip attack right to Bayley. Cover hooks the leg. 1, 2. Kick out by Bayley. Jeez. Oof. Asuka now. Oof. Over right to the head of Bayley. Is now Asuka looking to yet again lock in this arm submission on Bayley. Jeez, did I say Bayley's locking it on Bayley? I meant Asuka's looking to lock it in on Bayley. So I meant, there's too many names. There's only 2. Oh, there's 4 people around the ring here. There's another person in the ring, Jessica Carr. And then there's Kairi Sane on the outside who is very interested in this matchup. Oh, there we go. She's giving up now. Oh no, she's shocked. Nonetheless, jeez. I think she's struck by the resilience that these two are showing right now. Jeez, just trading blows right now, but just one-upping each other at this point. Jeez, double axe under no Asuka counters. Oh, what a shot! Just probably wiped the makeup right off Bayley's face there. Jeez. Oof. Now Bayley is wrapped in some triangle choke, if I'm not mistaken. Jeez. Not a fun place to be there. Maybe Asuka could do with wrapping those legs a little tighter around. Jeez, so maybe just be able to get what she needs, and she might get the tap out right there. But Bayley just doing her best to try and keep that from happening. And Bayley now powering up and just powerbombing Asuka down. Not too much, but just about enough to get out of the submission. But geez, I think you can see the bruises on Bayley's face right now. But geez, that was nearly a 360 Bayley to belly there, right in the center of the ring. 1, 2. Oh, Asuka kicks out at 2. Jeez, like I said, both veteran competitors. I'm not sure who's going to win this one. You can argue that maybe Bayley might want it a little bit more, might be a bit more personal to her than it is to Asuka or Bayley. I think maybe shouting out to an old friend and old enemy as well. Same person. Gets that one of these rights in the midsection of Asuka. Is that it? 1, 2. Oh! Asuka kicks out yet again. Bayley getting frustrated now. Kairi says she's shocked her, but Asuka though picks her down for the roll-up. 1, 2. Oh, Bayley manages to kick out though. Jeez. And Asuka the stomp. Oh, jeez, that was more of like a rake on the back of the neck than there was a stomp. I don't quite know how effective it was, but nonetheless, Bayley is down. Asuka is up, so decently enough. Or maybe not, because Bayley's just countered that. Maybe playing possum there. And now Bayley dropping Asuka on the leg there. Jeez, I know, and the Dragon's Curl. We know Bayley likes to hit stomp to the knee before she hits the Rosebud, attacking the leg to make that more efficient and more impactful. Maybe what Bayley's looking for, I don't know. Jeez, just sent herself right into Asuka there. But Bayley keeping her eye on Kairi Sane. Jeez, she's worried Kairi Sane might play a factor in this matchup. She has been dotting her eyes over to Kairi Sane all match, to be fair. Oof, and now Bayley
Sending Asuka into the other corner there. Jeez, hang on a minute. Now Kairi Sane gets her. Yeah, it's right in her path. Bayley here. Jeez, I think they had a few words earlier, but now properly into a bit of a beef, into a bit of an argument here. And now Asuka, jeez, taking advantage. Jeez, storm right to the hand. Jeez, kick right to the back. Oh, Bayley's down. And now Asuka looking to lock in this arm submission right of Bayley. Jeez. Oh, jeez, this is a nasty position. Jeez, Bayley, she's going to have to tap. This is the Asuka lock right here. The second V2 Asuka lock. Or the Asuka lock V2, whatever you want to call it. Nonetheless, Asuka locking in the arms. Bayley, she's trying to fight, bless her. But this locked in good and she's out to give up. Jeez. And that assist to Kairi Sane right at the end there. Jeez. Oh. Now, Bayley, she took out Io Sky. But it was not enough to take out. She clearly needed to focus on Kairi Sane. Maybe she couldn't find her. I don't know. Or maybe she was too busy being around Asuka and she realised she couldn't take them on 2v1 at that point. But I guess she ended up kind of taking them on 2v1 here. And it cost her. But I feel like Bayley, maybe she was too focused on Kairi at one point. I don't know. But nonetheless, all we do know for sure is the winner of this match and who is now taking on Naomi next week. And that is Asuka. One half of the women's tag team champions. Like I said, we're getting closer and closer to getting to that bridge where Asuka and Io Sky for the Women's World Championship could be happening. But I guess we'll have to see how all that plays out as time goes on. But nonetheless, Bayley not able to get to a rematch with Io, at least not at this stage. I have to wait a bit. Though, Confession might get it before whoever goes before SummerSlam. You never know. That is the one thing about King Queen Ring. You've got to wait a little bit. I mean, there's Clash of the Castle and there's Money in the Bank. But nonetheless, Asuka, your winner here tonight. Jeez. That means she's going to be taking on this woman right here. I was about to say her name and she basically appeared at that point. It is, of course, Naomi. Jeez, now the stare down between these two women. We'll see that happening next week. And here you can see the matchup screen for it. Hey Truth, what the hell was that? Why'd you come out? You cost me at advancing to the semi-final of the King of the Ring tournament. Why? Well, little Jimmy told me that you wanted to know how I got into the Battle Royal last week. And not only that, win it. So I thought I'd come out and tell you. And then I got distracted by you losing. But I can't tell you now, because I'm going to go for my own matchup. So talk to you guys later, yeah? Only our truth, man. Only our truth.
Y'all know what time it is. This the part where we crank it up. Let's crank it up. Now here we go. People over there, what's up? You feel me? Stand up and say what's up. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? You can get with this or you can get with that. You better get with this, cause this is where it's at. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? See, I be skipping and jumping, leaving the competition. I make them disappear like your favorite magician. And I ride it till the wheel fall off. I bounce back to back till their necks get soft. Most of the time you see me, I'm being simple. Then many times I'll be busting them up like a pimple, stating my claim to fame, to be one of the baddest young brothers step foot in this game. And I haven't even started yet. You can better believe I take it off the show shot bet. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
Anyways, thanks for the break, R-Truth. Thank you, I very much appreciate that. But R-Truth is getting anything but a break here tonight. Someone argue it's even more difficult than the IC Championship match itself.
And his opponent from Black Forest, South Australia, weighing in at 330 pounds, Big Bronson Reed.
Well, as Big Bronson Reed makes his way down to ringside, let's remind you what we still got in store for you tonight. But first, like I said, the IC Championship match, R-Truth, Logan Paul. A little bit of a teaser, I guess, for this. Don't forget a promo later on tonight between the New Day and the Creed brothers. And, of course, that's been now made official for the main event. Bron Breakker versus main event Jey Uso. But right now, it's R-Truth versus Bronson Reed. Good luck, R-Truth. Please don't turn into a pancake, because we love you. All right, without further ado, R-Truth, Bronson Reed. Let's go. Jeez, what's up? Hopefully not Bronson Reed, because, you know, what goes up must come down, and that might squish R-Truth to oblivion. Especially if it happens enough. We do not want that tsunami to R-Truth, because you've got to question the state of R-Truth's worthiness of going for the IC title if he loses here tonight. Of course, I mean, he won a Battle Royal last week to give him the spot, but, you know. Either way, Bronson Reed being used as Logan Paul's his hired gun that he hired to help him out. Deal with Pete Dunne, if I am not mistaken. That was when Logan Paul first started going for this IC Championship. He hired Bronson Reed to help him out. Jeez. He's giving Bronson Reed a bit of a spotlight, but people have gone past him, even though he's been destructive and dominant. Still not quite getting all the wins there. Jeez, and now R-Truth wisely gets out of the ring, because Bronson Reed definitely went up there. R-Truth was like, nah, mate, get down. What's up? Hopefully not you. Anyways, R-Truth now gets a clothesline and just took down Bronson Reed, and R-Truth can't believe it. He can't believe it took him down. Maybe he shouldn't have just reveled in the moment. Jeez, Bronson Reed just squished him. Jeez, R-Truth, bless him. He was surprised. We were all surprised, and he paid the price for being overly surprised. Jeez. Just tried to do his best to carry on with the matchup, but Bronson Reed, jeez, doing all that, jeez. Oh, and they're running centre and right at R-Truth. Now goes for that cover. 1, 2, jeez, kick out there by R-Truth. Do you see the way Bronson Reed was just pushing R-Truth's face down? The absolute disrespect. Oh, and a knee, jeez, that turned R-Truth around a bit there, jeez. Goes for that cover. 1, 2, kick out there by R-Truth. He's Bronson Reed getting a little frustrated already. Fair, it's probably because he feels like he's getting so close already with all those 2 counts. And Bronson Reed now just jumps on R-Truth. Yeah, again going for that cover with the face, pushing the face down. The arm pushing the face down, sorry. Kick out there at 2. By R-Truth. Like I said, R-Truth, he's got to prove his mettle here tonight, jeez. Oof. I mean, 8 down under, we're questioning why he deserved the Battle Royal spot. If R-Truth wins here, then I feel like he definitely proved that he definitely deserves the IC title spot. And he's just landing all these combos, but doesn't quite take down Bronson Reed again, like he was able to earlier. And now R-Truth sending Bronson Reed to score. Look for shoulder block. Oh, no, that didn't work. But geez, fair play to R-Truth. He's staying going. This is what he should have done last time. Jeez, both. Oh, R-Truth just knocked down Bronson Reed. Jeez, after about 50 strikes, if more. And R-Truth celebrating yet again. I don't think that's quite what he needs to be doing, but Bronson Reed's been rocked, so maybe it's okay, I guess. Yeah, because it worked out for him not too bad. Gets that drop kick, and now R-Truth's going to be heading to the top row. R-Truth knows he's got to stay on and do the strong damage. Jeez. Diving 5-knuckle shuffle. Shout out his childhood hero. We saw him earlier on tonight. We'll see him next week too. Kick out there. I didn't mean to time the 2 with the 2 on the finger. I was going to say 2-2 again. Anyways, R-Truth now. What's he got to start? Jeez, the leg drop there to Bronson Reed. Jeez, R-Truth. Oh, what a kick by Bronson Reed. Jeez, I think R-Truth was trying to figure out what to do next. Maybe panicking a little bit. I don't know, but Bronson Reed just took his head off, so maybe he won't have to worry about thinking anymore. Jeez, and Bronson Reed. Jeez, yet again with that jump. And again, another senton right to the midsection of R-Truth. Jeez. Oh, what do you have for breakfast, R-Truth? I think we'll find out in a minute. Jeez. On the stomach. And now Bronson Reed just tossing around. R-Truth just treating him like an absolute ragdoll. Jeez. Now, again, just tossing him around the ring. Jeez, they're not picking him by the side of the head. Jeez, either way, just tossing him in a different way this time. Bronson Reed just showing off the power, showing off the strength, showing off the manhandling ability. Maybe we're just trying to demoralize R-Truth, though. This is R-Truth we're talking about. I think it's going to take like heaven and earth to demoralize this man, to be honest. Jeez, anyways, Bronson Reed goes into that cover. 1, 2, kick out there by R-Truth. Jeez. Oof. Bronson Reed trying to figure out what he wants to do next to R-Truth here. Jeez, a double axe. I'm crunching him down. That's one thing to do, that's for sure. Jeez. Oh, R-Truth, get out of the way of that stomp, though. Gets that shot to the midsection. R-Truth. Jeez, off the ropes. Down a clothesline, takes down Bronson Reed again. Jeez, that leg drop not even giving chance for Bronson Reed to get back up. But Bronson Reed picking himself up with the corner. R-Truth, he's getting ready. Jeez, and a massive splash right out. Bronson Reed, and Bronson Reed is down yet again. And R-Truth gets that leg drop. Jeez. And now R-Truth. Oh, looking for it. One of the most deadly chops in the game. Jeez. And off the rope. Jeez. They're just planning on him, just jumping on Bronson Reed at that point. Jeez, and a leg drop. I should be trying everything, bless him. Jeez. Bam, and again right at Bronson Reed. I think I should try to turn Bronson Reed into the pancake. Jeez. Anyways, R-Truth picking up Bronson Reed. Jeez. And I'm picking up. I think he's looking for the AA maybe, but no. Maybe not quite strong enough. Bronson Reed not having energy and a chop right down to R-Truth. And R-Truth getting under the ropes there. Jeez, R-Truth picking himself back up. Jeez, Bronson. Oh no, R-Truth counters it. And R-Truth now, jeez, goes flying with that senton. The athleticism on R-Truth, what's up? It was you for a second there, mate. Jeez. And now R-Truth, looking to pick him up again. Jeez, looking for an AA, no. I think that's what he's looking for, at least that's what I assume. R-Truth throws that fist. Looking for a first time the job, maybe we know. Bronson Reed just too heavy for R-Truth right now. And now Bronson Reed, big Bronson Reed with that big Death Valley driver. Right to R-Truth, jeez. And now Bronson Reed heading up to the top here. What's he got in store for R-Truth here? Jeez. Oh, what a knee drop right over the chest of R-Truth. And now Bronson Reed, he's not done. Oh, no, he's not done. No, R-Truth getting the cinematic camera and everything. Jeez, an elbow drop right to R-Truth. Oh, and Bronson Reed's going back up again. There's no need for this, mate. No need. Knee drop right to the chest of R-Truth. And Bronson Reed still not done with R-Truth. Still not done. Picks him up. And now just toying with him at this point. Now getting into a powerbomb position. Just showing off the strength. And now just a running powerbomb. Jeez, R-Truth is out of it, man. He's just been jumped on a bunch by Bronson Reed, no less. Jeez, and now Bronson Reed again. The knee drop. Right to R-Truth. This is looking dire for R-Truth. He's got an IC Championship match. Not this Sunday coming, but the next. In just under 2 weeks. But R-Truth, he's fired back up, jeez! R-Truth finding some kind of way to power through the pain. R-Truth for the leg drop right to Bronson Reed. I think Bronson Reed was even surprised. He kind of just stood there for a second. And now R-Truth. Now he's ending up to the top rope. R-Truth, leg drop, jeez. Got the other leg. I don't think that was the leg I expected. I was expecting the other one over the neck, but he got the other foot over the face, no less. R-Truth, jeez, the elbow, no. Bronson Reed gets out of harm's way. Jeez, and a chop right down. And an elbow. Not quite the elbow off the top rope, but nonetheless. But R-Truth, what a knee right to the face of Bronson Reed. And R-Truth, oh jeez, victory roll. Victory roll on Bronson Reed. Can he get it in 1, 2, 3, R-Truth's done it. Jeez, R-Truth survives. Jeez. Oof. Oh, R-Truth, I thought he was a pancake for sure at one point. The other times he just got jumped on by Bronson Reed from that top row, but R-Truth, he dug down deep. He proved he deserves the Ice Championship, especially more than the one that's holding that championship. I'm so glad he was not here at ringside. That absolute scumbag. Oh, a piece of poo, the human that is Logan Paul, who was not here. Always makes me nearly throw when I say his name. I'm glad he wasn't here, because otherwise maybe the situation would have been different if he distracted R-Truth enough, but R-Truth just able to escape this matchup, just able to survive Big Bronson Reed before his match against Logan Paul, but like I said, proving it one step further, sure. Some would argue it wasn't the cleanest of victories, but it is a victory. It is considered it is a basic wrestling move. And that's what R-Truth got to get down Bronson Reed. Jeez, you can see some of that havoc that Bronson Reed was causing in R-Truth. Jeez, no man should take this kind of punishment, but R-Truth was able to push through it somehow. Some way he dig deep. I guess he listened to his childhood hero, Never Give Up, John Cena, who we'll see next week, who proving to not give up and carrying on, even with his loss at Backlash. But geez, fair play. R-Truth, oh, hold on now. 8-hand down, under's back out here as Bronson Reed picks himself back up now and gets a heavy shot right to R-Truth. Jeez, R-Truth doesn't deserve this, man. Not at all. It's a bit depressing, isn't it? It was a nice, just euphoric moment that R-Truth survived. And then all that happens. But I guess that is the way of things sometimes, unfortunately. We've got some assholes in the back. Actually, the biggest one isn't even here tonight, the IC champion. But anyways, talking of champions, here come the World Tag Team Champions. They said that they wanted this promo this week. And we can get a little bit between the champions and the challengers. There was a little mini tournament to decide who was going to be the challengers for the World Tag Team Champions, because the New Day was like, you know what, if the singles guys can have champions and the single girls can have tournaments, not champions, tournaments, then it shows you the tag team division, and then it goes to the little mini tournaments, and the Creed brothers, the ones that win that tournament. So yeah, of course, beat Alpha Academy and AOP. But nonetheless, like I said, their championship match happening at King and Queen of the Ring. Don't forget, Bron Breakker and Jey Uso one-on-one. But right now, a promo between champion and challengers. So you lot said that we had a focusing issue, that we weren't 100% focused on you boys and our match at King and Queen of the Ring. That's why we've set this up, so we can be face-to-face and give you lot our undivided attention. Don't think we were underestimating you before, because we weren't. Sure, we beat you on the road to WrestleMania, but we haven't forgotten how difficult that was. So, we needed a warm-up, and we just so happened to have the opportunity to help out our friend in the process as well. 2 birds with the 1 stone. That's all well and good, because me and Bruce, we both agree that we wanted a 100% healed up New Day, and a 100% sharp New Day, and a 100% focused New Day, so we can beat you guys, and there be no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Once we do win the World Tag Team titles, then Ivy can go focus on the Women's World Championship, and we can prove the true metal of Diamond Mine. That's clever. You know, me and Kofi were thinking about proving our focus 1 step further, and we can give all the people a teaser for our tag title match next week by having one of us face one of you next week on Raw. So, who is it gonna be? I've got this, bro. And my choice is Woods. Seeing as you've had one less match recently, just makes sense. Challenge accepted. Well, you know, it's nice to see things being sorted out and things being mended and some sportsmanship, especially after what we saw with our troop being attacked not too long ago. But anyways, it's time for the main event of the evening.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Woodstock, Georgia, weighing in at 230 pounds, Bron Breakker.
Oof. Bron Breakker's in a bad mood, that is for sure. And he's planning on running through this man, Mr. Main Event. But he is the main event after all, so will it be that easy? I guess we'll have to find out.
From San Francisco, California, weighing in at 242 pounds, main event, Jey Uso.
Well, as the E-Master comes out here and all the fans are breaking their backs weirdly for him, let's tell you what we got in store for you next week. It has been made official. Xavier Woods, Julius Creed, next week. But also, don't forget, Randy Orton, John Cena was made official earlier on tonight, and so was Bayley. Sorry, Naomi versus Asuka. Sorry, my apologies. And also, we're going to hear, unfortunately, from the returning Logan Paul, the IC champion. But anyways, don't you forget, we weren't going to skip out on the eating. Yes, you can eat all over yourself at home. It definitely doesn't look weird. You're doing it by yourself in your living room. As Jey Uso, going mental. Jeez. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Ooh, jeez. It's quite a workout, especially the earlier bit. Don't quite know how he does it. Same with our truth. How they pull out a performance, especially when they come out second. Our truth got to come out first here tonight. Jey had to come out second. He had to come out last. He yeeted all over the place, yeeted all over himself, and now he's going to take on that badass. And not only a badass, but a pissed off Bron Breakker. Anyways, like I said, it's time for the main event. Let's get going. Jeez, Bron Breakker. Yet again, we've had this match before for the World Heavyweight Championship match last year. The Donda Spear versus Spear matchup. I guess we'll get to see the same situation here tonight. Will we see both Spears? I guess we'll have to wait and see. Jeez, hopefully Sean Spears doesn't pop up. I don't know. I don't know why I've accidentally summoned him. You know how saying people's names sometimes makes them appear. Anyways, Bron Breakker, unfortunately, that man got eliminated out of the tournament last week by Jacob Fatu. On the SmackDown side of things for the King of the Ring sort of stuff. This is no King of the Ring matchup. This should be the final match that Bron Breakker's got to go through to decide that he should be world champion, or at least go for the world championship. My apologies. I think he's more than well earned it. But Punk seems to be playing him along a little bit. But I suppose they had something to do for some week to entertain himself. So, you know, he had to do something. He had to do something, I guess. But nonetheless, Bron Breakker having a stare down with Punk. I reckon Punk always had the intention of letting Bron Breakker take him on. I don't think Punk has that much to do with it. Surely should have asked Regal maybe. I don't know. Either way, Jey Uso gets that shot right to the face and the head, but right to the hot head that is Bron Breakker. Jeez. People have said that Bron Breakker is a bit of a hothead. And that sometimes just make hotheads a bit of an idiot sometimes. That they don't fully use their head and they're all passion. That's kind of what Bron Breakker does feel like a little bit. Jeez, one. Kick out there by Bron. Where Jey, he's all yeet. And as you can see on his t-shirt, eat, sleep, yeet, repeat. As he goes into the cover on Bron Breakker. Kicks out there by Bron though. Beaten before a 1 count there proves how little Bron Breakker is messing around. That too. Bam! Right to the face. Jeez, and an elbow. And again. He's Bron Breakker, like I said, not messing around at all here tonight. Jeez. Oh, and a slam right down. Just snapping it right down. Jeez, with what force and aggression. Like I said, Bron Breakker's been racking up some wins recently. Jeez, and that gut check right to Jey Uso. I mean, he got 2 losses in the past 2 weeks, but that was Baron Corbin being pinned and tag team off in competition last week against the New Day World Tag Team Championship. Oh, no, sorry, it wasn't a World Tag Team Championship match. Just against the World Tag Team Champions in the New Day. And the week prior was against Kofi Kingston and CM Punk, of course, the World Champion and the one half of the World Tag Team Champions. Very interesting situation. Jeez, Jey Uso gets that running kick right to the face of Bron Breakker there. But yeah, of course, Bron Breakker, he technically does deserve his rematch clause, and he won a Battle Royal WrestleMania, which should have given him a shot. But the whole situation with Drew McIntyre versus Punk, and then once in one-on-one matches and whatnot, has postponed Bron's match a little bit. So if we've brought to Bron's kick out at 1 after that super kick, Bron lost matches against both men. That meant he had to wait. That was the part of the stipulation of the match, that he had to wait if he lost, and he lost both times. Of course, he lost the match. He lost the title inside the Elimination Chamber, no less. So, not a bad place to lose it. Of course, won it back at last SummerSlam against Cody Rhodes after cashing in on Cody Rhodes after his triple threat match against the other Legacy members. Of course, we saw Randy Orton early on tonight, looking to get his way back into that title picture. But yeah, like I said, Bron Breakker very much, in my opinion, deserves his title match. But, you know, jeez, I guess it's how the way things go sometimes. That Samoan drop by Jey Uso right to Bron Breakker. Like I said, this is a rematch from a World Championship match a few months ago. Jeez, kick out there at 2. There were some issues between these two men at one point, because Bron Breakker was not happy that Jey Uso was able to be Cody Rhodes' ally when Cody Rhodes was getting his rematch clause. And Jey Uso, quote-unquote, embarrassed them a little bit. So, you know, there was some aggression on that, and Jey Uso was able to then challenge for the World Championship after. And Cody Rhodes was in Jey Uso's corner for that one. Jeez, but Bron Breakker was World Champion both times. Jeez. Kick out there by Jey Uso. But yeah, now Bron Breakker looking to keep on top of this situation going. Jeez. Looking to send Jey Uso into that corner now. Like I said, Bron Breakker not messing around. He said he was going to run through Jey Uso. And then if CM Punk doesn't give him what he wants, he's going to run through Punk as well. Jeez. The Avalanche Hurricane Runner right to Jey Uso as he goes into the cover. Jeez, 1, 2, kick out there by Jey Uso, of course. Neither of these men are multi-generation superstars. Don't forget the Steiner brothers. And who can forget the massive, illustrious Anoa'i dynasty that is behind Jey Uso here tonight. I said plenty of history between these two. Not even just between them two, but like I said, their families as well. Who can forget WrestleMania 9 when the Steiner brothers took on the World Samoans. Jeez, Bron Breakker out. Up to the middle ropes. Jeez. Poof. Right to the chest of Jey Uso. I'm sure that's a lot of people's favourite WrestleMania. I know there was a World Championship match that everybody was a massive fan of. Or a WWE Championship matchup, who's to say. Anyways, Bron Breakker wrapping the fist around Jey Uso. Jeez. Then slamming him right back down. And now Bron Breakker, what is Bron Breakker going to stop for Jey Uso? Again, that Jey's arm around his throat here. And looking to lock him into a torture rack, I think. Jeez, the rope break there. Oh, and Bron's not happy. Bron is challenging the referee right now. And geez, CM Punk, I think, coming to saving the referee at this point. Tell Bron Breakker shouldn't be attacking the referee, but Bron Breakker does what Bron Breakker wants to do, damn it. Jeez, Jey supposed a little bit short there, but not there, but oh. Maybe not enough power in that. Bron Breakker just launched right at Jey Uso, jeez.
That proves the man that CM Punk could be taking on a King and Queen of the Ring. That proves the kind of man that he is. Jeez, no, just choked right to CM Punk, and CM Punk not happy about that. And now Bron Breakker just grabs Punk. Jeez, well, Punk's on his back, so maybe he shouldn't have done that. Bron Breakker, oh no, oh shit. He's pulled down the straps. He's cranking that wrist. Jeez, but he knows that Jace is getting back up. But Jay cowers that. Jeez, gets that shot right to the midsection. But jeez. And now a shot to the right to the face. And a little bit of yee, and up. Bam! Right at Bron Breakker. Sends him right into the apron, no less, as well. Ooh! Oh! And Jay gotta go so crazy. Jeez! Taking down Bron Breakker. Oh! Jay now. Let's go for Bron Breakker. Kicks to the midsection. Soul kick. And an uppercut right to the face. Takes down Bron. And a headbutt by Jew, so you can't forget those hard heads of a Samoan. So I figure there's one man willing to challenge a headbutt against a Samoan, it would be Bron Breakker, especially in the mood he's in right now. Just gets that splash off the apron there. Now what's Jay got in store? But Bron Breakker looking for a wheelbarrow neck breaker right to Bron Breakker there. Jeez, count of 8. So he needs that, but otherwise this could be a count out here. Jay sends Bron Breakker back into the ring. Jeez, now Jay going into that cover there. 1, 2. Kick out there by Bron Breakker. Don't know what happened about that voice crack. He's now going to instantly forget about it. Anyways, Jay Uso now. Go chop right to the chest. Jeez, old Bron Breakker is busted open. I don't quite know what from, but jeez, that's not going to please him any more than any of these moves right now. Jeez, especially with the yeeting. Bron Breakker, I imagine, is not too much of a fan of yeeting, even though he does love a good ooh. Anyway, Jay Uso with a spear! Right up, Bron Breakker. I said we were going to see even men's spear. We're going to see Bron Breakker. He's going to have to kick out to carry that arm, I guess. 2. Oh! Bron Breakker finds a way to get that shoulder up. Jeez, Bron Breakker keeping this match alive. Keeping his possible match in King and Queen of the Ring alive right now. And Jay Uso, jeez, our Bron Breakker tosses down Jay Uso. Jeez, and now Bron Breakker in that corner. And a spear right to Jay Uso. Jay's cover hooks the leg. 1, 2. Oh, Jay finds a way to fire the shoulder up. Jeez, we saw both spears at least. It says a bit of spear versus spear. We got to see both spears. Now we get to see who wins. This matchup will be the badass Bron Breakker, will be the Yeet Master main event. Jay Uso. I guess I've defined as Bron Breakker now just laying into Jay Uso. Like I said, don't forget, Bron Breakker has won every match that he has been in on this build to King Queen of the Ring since Backlash, except for tag matches with Baron Corbin. All the single matches Bron Breakker has won. He beat Johnny Gargano, he beat Javon Evans, do not forget. Jeez, and a knee drop. The other man's escaping my head right now. I can't quite remember who it is. But I believe there was a third. I'm just really forgetting right now. But nonetheless, Bron Breakker laying the stomps right in the head of Jay Uso. Jeez. And now Bron Breakker. Jeez. Now just bringing Jay Uso into the corner. Now I think just, like I said, just unleashing all this aggression out. Jeez. Just bouncing his face off right in front of Punk as well, no less. Jeez. And just carries on here. And now Bron with the knee right to the head of Jay Uso there. Jeez. Oh, how could I forget? It's Rey Mysterio. Bron Breakker beat Rey Mysterio a handful of weeks ago. That was another one. It's now Bron Breakker, like I said, just dominating Jay Uso at this point. Jeez. Bron Breakker now. I said, sizing up Jay Uso. It's been all Bron Breakker since just before the spear from Bron Breakker, and now a second one by Bron Breakker. Jeez. Wait, is Bron not done? Bron's flipping him over. He needs to pin him. He needs to be on his back. Oh, I think I know what Bron Breakker's looking for. He's looking to recline that seat, the style of recliner, reclining that back at Jey Uso. G just locking it in right in front of Punk, sending a message right to Jey Uso. Sorry, right to Punk. There was Bron Breakker. Jeez, by tapping out Jey Uso. Jeez, what a fight between these two men. Jeez, but Bron Breakker, I think, definitely proved, if he had not already, that he deserves that World Championship. A very strong win record for Bron Breakker. Has it been this season? As it's been better than Punk's. Like I said, I was mentioning like last week about Roxanne Perez possibly having one of the best win records. I think we're going to maybe give that to Bron Breakker as well, though. Roxanne Perez so far undefeated this season, but still, Bron Breakker
I said both people still young and both not long out of NXT, so you got to give them both props. But like I said, we'll see how Roxanne Perez does in next week on the SmackDown side of things, but no less. Bron Breakker was able to do very well here tonight. Gets that win against a main event Jey Uso. Like I said, maybe has secured that match finally against Punk at King and Queen of the Ring for the World Championship. I guess we'll have to see what happens next. I'd imagine, I guess at least. Alright, Punk. I've dealt with all your games. Give me the match. I mean, I've just got a question though, Bron. I mean, why carry around the dead weight known as Baron Corbin? I mean, you lost both those tag matches last week because of him. Yet all the singles matches you've had recently, you've won every single time. Just answer that simple question, Bron. Oh, Bron Breakker just launched right at Punk. Jeez, clearly Bron Breakker, like he said, he was going to run right through Punk. Punk did not give him his match. And now Bron Breakker with a spear right to CM Punk. No Jey Uso to come in for the save there, jeez. And now looking to do some redecorating, taking apart the table a little bit there. Jeez. And now Bron Breakker just chucking the microphone right at Punk. Jeez, Bron Breakker now. What's he got in store for Punk? Looking to use that announce table maybe. Jeez. Bron Breakker picking up Punk. Breakker now, looking for the spine buster right through to Punk through the table. Jeez, thanks for watching Raw, and hopefully I'll see you for SmackDown.